guys, it's AJ, Trax. I am out on the new Ranger 1500. So this is my first experience with it. Luke was in Hatfield last week with Asa Cruiser, and he took this thing for a ride. This is my first experience. I mean, obviously I've read all the specs and I've seen everything online, and I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool, but how does it actually work? You know, is this just a work vehicle? Is there any play in it? I am actually really, really stoked with this thing. I should be, because it's not a cheap product. It's a very you know, high dollar, high value product. But I didn't know exactly what to expect. I'm like, is this supposed to be a little pickup truck? Which it absolutely is. It's got so many cool features on it, so many different things. I mean, yeah, I'm running nav here right now. I'm ripping down the trail. It's got the steel drive, so the transmission actually uses a steel drive belt. That is super cool, and I thought, okay, so I know that a lot of modern vehicles use that. That's pretty typical in CVT cars, but how is that going to work in a side-by-side? One thing you'll notice on the drive or the stick shift here is that there is no low range. It just does everything it's supposed to do in drive, which is pretty cool, and it works really well. The 1500 puts power to the ground so seamlessly and so smooth. I mean, obviously this is the NorthStar that I'm in because it's got a full cab, and as you look down below, I mean, yeah, I've got heat, I've got AC, I got power windows, I got a windshield wiper up front, I got everything. I got USB ports, I've got the navigation with the stereo, JBL speakers up here. You know, those are pretty awesome. The stereo system in here is pretty great. This thing is just so loaded, but the one thing that I noticed right away is the refinement level inside of it. Yeah, it's very loaded and it has all kinds of features, but you can have tons of features and have a vehicle that just doesn't really feel like it performs very well, or like it's feature rich and kind of performance less. And that is not the case with this thing. The suspension package is really tight and nice. It's very quiet inside, very few squeaks or sounds. The ride is really good, even when I'm going over aggressive, gnarly stuff. It has drive modes down here on this side. I can adjust the drive modes as I'm driving. It's a little shaky right now. You got push button all-wheel drive, or push button turf mode, I'll call it, you know, with the unlock rear diff. It's got a an electric rear tilting box on it, so you don't have to tilt the box or do any work yourself. It does it all on its own. It's just so refined and so nice. I'm really enjoying the ride of this thing. The power is impressive. The power that this thing puts to the ground is crazy. The interior cab noise they've really worked on this vehicle and refined it. I don't have to yell. I can have a regular conversation. I could be in here with people in the back seat and I can talk at my normal level, and people are going to be able to hear me. We're going to be able to chat and discuss stuff. It's going to be totally fine. So pretty cool overall. I'm pretty impressed with it. Yeah, and it goes through mud really good too, as I just found out. Yeah, so very, very pleased with the Ranger 1500 NorthStar. I didn't really have much expectation other than I knew that Polaris would hit it out of the park and do a really good job. But I wondered about cab noise. I wondered about how sporty is this thing going to be after, you know, you make something this big, this heavy, and this full of features. Is it really going to work all that well? You know, for kind of that traditional, I mean, if I was to buy a Ranger, I would be using it for work during the week and play on the weekends. And this thing is going to do all of that with ease. No arguments, no issues. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do a little fording here, go through the water, and I'll show you how good it gets. Interior of the cab, I mean, you can see the water's up past the headlights, getting the slightest bit of water inside the cab, but hardly anything. Nothing to worry about here, and the water is almost at headlight level. Pretty awesome.